Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chair League. I am your host, Jason, here for yet another Chair League match, Division 1 Best of 1 series here between Unlimited Breadsticks and Balloon Grant Us Strength. Of course, Balloon Grant Us Strength, if anybody doesn't get that team name, it's a reference to when Malfurion is drafted, and he says, Balloon Grant Us Strength, but it does kind of sound like Balloon, I will admit. It is a very clever team name they've come up with. So, just going to look over a couple of settings, make sure we got everything completely in order for you guys tonight. Should be an excellent match between these two teams. I'm indeed going to turn myself down just a bit. There we go. And, right away, ETC completely banned out by Unlimited Breadsticks. An interesting ban. I do think that ETC is probably the strongest hero in the meta currently. I'd like to see what Arthas is going to be like after his buff slash rework that is coming up this coming patch. But only time will tell. Certainly after Varian being nerfed with that Warbringer talent. ETC definitely the strongest CC tank in the game, and so they're just going to choose to ban him out. The Zeratul ban actually coming out from Balloon Grant Us Strength, and there it is. The Malfurion is going to be picked up, and Ragnaros picked up, however, on the other side by Unlimited Breadsticks. So right away, both teams prioritizing heroes that are solid in the poke game, solid in the sustained on these shrine fights. Muradin also very strong in that, being able to get up into your opponent's face, easily escape with that dwarf toss, and being able to synergize nicely with the Malfurion's heals. You get that second wind trait rolling with Malfurion's Q. You can really get it rolling pretty quick on those self heals. PLK, thank you very much for joining us. Nice to have you here, man. Woot indeed, as we are here for some excellent Chair League action. Lucio going to be picked up here by Unlimited Breadsticks. They're probably wanting to make sure they get their healer in and avoid that healer chokehold the Balloon Grant Us Strength could be applying here on the second ban phase. Also probably wanting to pick up a tank, and it is going to be Diablo, so again, kind of avoiding both of those opportunities to get banned out here. Couple options on the table here for Balloon Grant Us Strength, but no chokeholds available. Both teams have gotten their healers and their tanks. Anything that they ban out in the realm of DPS, they also will be denying to themselves. They probably want to try and figure out what they want least to run with their comp, what is most, obviously what would be the best to go with Unlimited Breadsticks comp. Right now, they seem to be building for rotation heavy, gank heavy comp. Not to mention Ragnaros again, who just in general is a terror on this map with being able to molten core the structures and poke out from a distance. So he's a lot of their poke game right now. They are going to go with Falstad, which I think is a solid ban. Also very good in the rotation game. His global, invaluable on a map like this. And he has decent poke from a distance, which is something that other than Ragnaros, Unlimited Breadsticks doesn't really have yet. Lucio, not great at poking out the objectives. He goes in too far, he gets completely blown up. He's a very strong healer, and he's very strong at a comp of being able to help you rotate, but he's also extremely vulnerable to CC. And right now, between Muradin and Malfurion, I'm a little bit worried if I'm the Lucio player. Li Ming, gonna be the ban out here for Balloon Grant Us Strength. I think that's, or I should say for Unlimited Breadsticks, actually banning out to the Li Ming. I think that's a solid ban. We do see the Chromie coming in, though, and Sylv, so Balloon, this is their map pick, so they already had a good idea of what they wanted. They're looking for the CC and the roots to be able to set up these Chromie combos, and Sylv to be able to push down these towers when they gain those advantages. The win more hero of Heroes of the Storm. Sylv often doesn't do a whole lot in the way of contributing to team fights, but when you win team fights, Sylv can help you just roll the map your direction. Shut down these towers, go in and get those big bell towers down so that you're getting more from these altars, more shots onto your opponent's core. Now we do see Chromie, again, also very good poke. So between Muradin, Malfurion, Sylvanas, and Chromie, ton of poke and interrupt potential to be able to deny these altars for the side of Blue and Grant of Strength. I really like what we're seeing out of their comp right now. They still need more of an auto attack damage dealer, in my opinion, to be able to have that sustained damage to pressure. A little bit of finishing power also would be pretty decent. Something along the lines of an Illidan, something that can jump in and finish your opponents off after Chromie pokes them really, really low. Meanwhile, on the other side, Unlimited Breadsticks picking up a Nubarak and Vala, so they're going to have some decent sustained damage to go along with the Lucio sustained healing. The burst damage from Chromie could give Lucio a problem if they have some kind of finisher, but they do have to have that finishing potential. So the big question is, what are they going to go for? Greymane could be a possibility, but they're going to go with Arthas here. Arthas, who has not received that rework yet, but maybe looking to practice it a little bit. They may know something that I don't here over on the side of Balloon Grant of Strength. So that's what they're going to go with to start this off. And interesting. Very interesting picks. Yet again, another hero that has pretty decent poke. Both his Q and his ranged root can definitely interrupt those altars. Every single one of Balloon Grant of Strength's heroes here have some kind of ranged poke ability to be able to deny on these shrines and slowly poke their opponents down until they're ready to push in. They also do have that strong double front line between Muradin and Arthas, back together again from all those years ago in Northrend, but they're going to be working together this time. Once again, I should say, they're going to be working together. Diablo, on the other side, along with the Nubarak, is that front line. Not as much poke. There is some there, but not nearly as much. Blue team versus blue team? What? Huh. I'm confused. Anyway. Finn for the win. I don't know what to tell you. We got blue and we got red, so. Anyway, we are loaded in here on to Towers of Doom. Get everything switched over and get this thing started. On the left, we have unlimited breadsticks. So many breadsticks. Varth is going to be playing the Vala. Dingus on the Lucio. Kid is going to be playing Ragnaros. Lunchbox on the Anubarak. Double Cheese will be playing Diablo. On the right, your red team is going to be Balloon, Grant of Strength, with Mr. Agrito going to be playing the Malfurion. GG3 is just what I'm going to go with there for Arthas. Gix is going to be on the Chromie, Junko on Sylvanas, and Burt Macklin going to be playing the Muradin. Right away, both teams rotating to mid here, going to be starting the poke process of trying to catch somebody out. The stun comes out onto Kid, the root followed up from Mr. Agrito. Burt Macklin getting poked down in the middle a bit, but a huge Chromie combo coming out from Gix to be able to knock quite a few members of Unlimited Breadsticks down to low health. Burt Macklin still getting harassed here by Varth. Will get some sand in the face from Gix in response. Both teams going to end up backing up here. Burt Macklin going to be able to get those heals from that passive trait Second Wind on the Muradin to be able to get him some health as long as he stays out of the fight for a couple moments. Junko and Burt Macklin moving in here into the bottom, looking to maybe get a little bit of extra damage done to this wall. Varth is going to have to back out a bit and settle for poking. Double Cheese rotating down, however, to support that. Along with Lunchbox, actually. 3-man rotation to the bot to be able to push them off here. Good response to the Sylvanas Cheese. Dingus also, though, having to deal with a few problems here in the mid. But the we just see the Underking coming in from Lunchbox to be able to get that burrow charge. I think I have burrow charge. I think Underking is something I'm imagining. Oh, and the nice juke from Dingus, being able to get away from that Q from Burt Macklin. You see Gix getting suplexed there by Double Cheese. But we'll be able to slowly walk his way on out of there. Mr. Agrito's got a heal for him to be able to bring him back up. While the altars have activated, the first and the fifth of these altars spawning will automatically be that 3 altar spawn. The teams are going to have to rotate very carefully here to decide where exactly they're going to go. It does look like both teams are going to focus fairly heavily on the mid. Each team sending one member back to cast their own. Those will be easily captured, uncontested. And we do see the side of Balloon grant us strength with their superior poke being willing to stay up here, but they are kind of in a corridor. Burt Macklin getting harassed here by the members of Balloon grant us strength as they get in to do that. Dingus, meanwhile, in the back is going to be able to tap that cast. We also see Chromie going down. Burt Macklin getting very low. Dwarf tosses out to be able to get out of that situation. They're not going to get any more kills, but they do get the third of those altars to take a 4-point lead here in the core health. They also get 1 kill, slight level lead here for Unlimited Breadsticks, but only a slight one. Nothing that they can't recover from here on the side of Balloon grant us strength. The superior poke game is going to give them the ability to poke out these altars for days, but at the end of the day, if Unlimited Breadsticks just pushes into them and owns them like that every time the altar phase comes up, there's not a whole lot you can do as Balloon grant us strength. They're going to have to either turn and fight and risk losing it before they're ready to really go with that poke comp, or they're just going to have to back up and give it up. Burt Macklin actually rotating down here to try and get Varth is unsuccessful. However, we do see Ragnaros going down, I believe, in that top lane. GG3 doing a nice job of getting in there. I believe. I actually missed where that Ragnaros was, but I assume he's in the top. He was in the top lane. That's where he's been all game. We just see Mr. Agrito, Double Cheese kind of poking back and forth. Camp picked up here by Junko. Nice job by both teams capturing these bottom ones early. So we will see Junko getting in here and turning these guys into black statuettes, essentially. Lunchbox actually going in here pretty deep. Going after Gix is going to be met with the Chromie combo in response. Burt Macklin trying to get in deep. Oh, misses the Stormbolt, but hits the Dwarf Toss to make up for it, to be able to take down Dingus. Ragnaros going down yet again, as GG3's got his number up there. But we do see the altar spawning. These two altars in the bottom. Burt Macklin trying to zone, but for who? I don't know. Gix, I suppose. But we do see Mr. Agrito is going to get that in the mid. Lunchbox is not going to be able to get this. That Q almost reaching Varth. Would have been a ton of extra damage. Lunchbox burrow charges in to try and get the stun out on Burt Macklin, but it's not quite enough to take him now. All of a sudden, Double Cheese is in a ton of trouble. GG3 trying to get in there with the slows, but it's not quite enough to keep him locked down just yet. Gix is going to be able to cast this in the back, and Balloon grant us strength has come back in a big, big way. They end up capturing both of these altars. Now they are the ones with that half-level lead after those couple of kills onto Kid. Ragnaros not soaking that top lane is going to result in a turn. And the stun chain coming down onto Varth. He's going to have to vault out of there before he gets completely annihilated. Junko also trying to rotate out the bottom. Will go ahead and mount up and be able to get out of here. But a little bit of poke to that bottom lane. They have opened up that bell tower. Gotten one of those... on one of those towers down to start here. So both teams being fairly passive here, not being too overly aggressive with trying to push down the bell towers at this point. Neither team has gotten a really significant lead. Oh, but just as I say that, here comes the aggression from Unlimited Breadsticks. They go after Mr. Agrito in a big, big way. The burrow charge. Mr. Agrito actually not going to rotate back into the kill zone. Murden, however, not so lucky, gets locked down here. And a big Chromie combo to at least give a little harass on their way out to Unlimited Breadsticks. Both teams going to try and clear up these camps yet again, captured in the bottom, slowly going back and forth at each other. Junko is going to be able to stall that for the moment. But the question is, can they clear it? The Chromie actually missing on that on the W there. And yes, Casca can confirm. M casting, not really streaming so much, but GG3 and Double Cheese going against each other here. Anubarak actually falling. So that's yet again gonna be a disadvantage here between the Ragnaros deaths and the this Anubarak death. Gonna be you will be able to rotate in here in time, though, but level 10s have been picked up here by Balloon grant us strength, so they got to be very careful. They are going to position aggressively here to go after this top bell tower. They're going to try to rotate aggressively, and Dingus getting completely caught out here. Not a smart rotation at all, as the zoning has begun here. Varth is going to be able to zone this out for now. Actually goes on Mr. Agrito and is able to vault away from that Twilight Dream. GG3 getting in pretty deep though, taking a little bit of heat from Double Cheese. Level 10 still not here, however, and they are pretty much dominating the team fight in this moment. Kid getting very low in the back. Lunchbox doing what he can to try and zone out the backliners, but at the end of the day, Ragnaros falls, Lucio falls, and you know, they're trying to prevent them from taking both of these, but at some point, you know, they gotta soak the level 10. Without the level 10, there was no way they were going to be able to pick that up. And now we look at Unlimited Breadsticks being down 2 full levels here, as Balloon Grant of Strength going to go ahead and rotate around and start to open up these bell towers. So they get another advantage like that. They should be able to take down 1 or 2 of these bell towers that have already been opened up and chipped away at a bit. You do see the Burrow Charge coming in from Lunchbox. Sulfurous' Smash comes down. Not really hitting the stun on anybody, I don't believe, but they are going hard after Mr. Agrito. He has already decided that he's dead, so leads them away from the rest of the team. That is going to be a nice pickup there for the side of Unlimited Breadsticks, using those 10s as soon as they came in, and now the rotation aggressively to be able to take this camp, steal it, and try to push it through this bottom lane. Junko is going to be here yet again to try and shut down these sappers before they come in. We'll be able to shut 2 of them down, and actually gets the kill out onto one of them. But the front wall is going to go down here still, opening up this bottom bell tower. Arthas, however, in the top, is actually going to get that in the meantime. So side of Balloon Grant of Strength, not wanting to be too overly aggressive here without their Arthas player here. Burt Macklin gets in to take a little bit of this heat, as we do see Chromie's Slowing Sands just slowly but surely zoning them away. The APOC comes out, is going to hit Chromie in the back, but nobody else. Arthas still rotating down through the mid, is coming into this. Meanwhile, many members of Unlimited Breadsticks getting extremely low here. Burt Macklin going to get in here and trying to get Dingus. Will be able to complete that kill, is the side of Balloon Grant of Strength. And now they have a man advantage, no healer for Unlimited Breadsticks. The question is, what do they really want to do with this? They are staying in the bottom. They send Arthas up to go ahead and steal this camp, so that's going to be a good start for them. Meanwhile, Altar spawning in the bottom. It does look like they're going to go ahead and try and get this. The question is, do they want to try and stall it out at all? Ragnaros actually going to use the Molten Core. Meanwhile, GG3 getting in there very, very deep, going after Double Cheese after they get the volley kill. Dingus is back, however. Going to be able to try and zone this out a little bit. Nobody really casting down here. They are full committing to the team fight. GG3 gets suplexed and caught out here. They will be able to take him down. However, Kid getting very low on that front line. Going to have to be careful from those Chromie pokes, but with Arthas dead, a lot of their damage goes right out the window there. Mr. Agrito getting caught in a little bit too far. He'll go down right about the time his Twilight Dream was about to come off the cooldown. Burt Macklin in a lot of trouble. Will try to Dwarf Toss out, pops the Avatar, but the suplex is going to be able to keep him in, but he's still able to rotate away. Not a whole lot of follow-up damage there for Unlimited Breadsticks. With Kid in the back casting, they are able to get that bottom altar to be able to prevent a 5 damage going to their core. But still behind 20 to 29 and 2 levels here. Though fairly impressive. You got to give Unlimited Breadsticks a lot of credit there. They were down the 13 talent tier, but they still made that work. They were still able to get a couple of picks, fend off that attack onto their bottom keep, or I should say their bottom bell tower, and they were able to actually turn the fight and capture that bottom altar. Very impressive play coming out from Unlimited Breadsticks. But we do see the full rotation here onto Kid. Burt Macklin's going to get in, misses the Stormbolt, however. But still, with 2 members in the top, recapping that top altar, we just see the drop the beat coming out, sound barrier from Lucio. Kid getting very low though. He'll be taken out as they are able to recapture this. They're able to capture this bell tower in the bottom. Full fight still breaking out here. All 5 members of Unlimited or of Balloon Grant of Strength are still up here, and they're able to pick off a couple. Burt Macklin getting very low, but Dinkus is going to go down. Varth is extremely low. One more Q from Chromie, just barely not far enough. Chromie going timeout instead of that extended range. But they are going to go ahead and cap this in the bot, which is going to give them an opportunity to try and push in some of these sappers or be able to go somewhere else on the map and try to take advantage. They are going to elect to try and push in the 3 points here. And the triple altar phase. This is a... I realize how many Gs are there, but ain't no one got time for that. But we do see the triple altar spawn, and actually an interesting rotation here. Varth and Kid both trying to cast here in the top. Chromie to try and poke these out. We'll be able to get the poke out on Varth, but not on Kid, so the back one is casted. Varth goes ahead and gets that going. Meanwhile, in the bottom, Double Cheese trying to prevent the cap coming in from these, from these sappers. Dingus is going to get caught out a little bit too far in, and and Mr. Agrito will be stunned out of that Twilight Dream. So we'll be back in a few seconds, but it does get canceled. However, we do see 2 more dropping in that bottom lane. Still gotta get, they still do come out with a favorable cap ratio there. They get 6 points up against the 5 of Balloon Grant of Strength, but still a lot of damage coming out. You actually see the Wailing Arrow coming out. They're committing really hard to try and get Double Cheese. They are not able to complete that gank, however. But here come the Pumpkin Sappers, slowly waddling their way down into the bottom lane as they try and clear this up to push him back. They're going to have to get Lunchbox and Kid back here. Dingus actually has returned into the fight. Burt Macklin jumps in, hits a Stormbolt on Lunchbox, trying to push them out, trying to zone them away, but the damage coming out from the side of Unlimited Breadsticks. They will be able to clear up the Pumpkin Sappers before they reach that kill zone line. And for the moment, Unlimited Breadsticks keeping 14 points onto their core, but how many Gs is that? 9 G3? I don't know. But an Uberak goes down, completely caught out here, getting way too ham against this heavy CC comp for the side of Balloon Grant of Strength. They're going to be able to rotate to the mid here and cap this mid bell tower. However, Unlimited Breadsticks can at least be able to cap the bottom one, prevent a little bit of extra damage coming out here. Varth actually going in pretty deep. Will be hit by the Stormbolt, able to get out before getting hit by the root, but Gix is going to be able to capture this. 5 more damage going over onto that core, and Varth getting completely blown up, or just wrecked a little bit at least by Gix there. As they go in, they're staying in here really deep, trying to win this fight. Level 16 is here for Unlimited Breadsticks. Sound Barrier comes out from Dingus, and all of a sudden, they are the ones chasing Burt Macklin, and he's getting very low here. Gets hit by that Burrow Charge, but the turn is real. Gix coming out with the big Chromie combo to be able to take down Varth. And without Vala, I don't know that they can really continue to try and do this. That's most of the damage in their comp, continuing to poke out Lunchbox, preventing him from being able to back. And right now, Balloon Grant of Strength in pretty good shape, but Towers of Doom is the one map where it can really kind of look sour like this, but you can end up coming back. And Burt Macklin actually coming back into the mid, going to throw the Stormbolt, not quite able to hit it. They were considering going to this mid to try and poke it out. Gix is still going to try and throw out a little bit of harass, but they ultimately will rotate to the bottom here and capture this bottom bell tower. Smart rotations here for the side of Balloon Grant of Strength. They tried to take on that fight even on the same talent tier here against Unlimited Breadsticks, and they didn't come out with a super favorable result, but they are able to clear that up in the bottom as these Pumpkin Sappers come back in once again. We also see the Mercenary Queen coming out onto Sylve, so these guys are doing a little bit of extra damage at the time as well. Favorable spawn here for this fourth altar spawn for Balloon Grant of Strength in the bottom. With this bottom bell tower, going to make it very difficult, I would say actually impossible, for Unlimited Breadsticks to be able to come in and try and deny. We do see the APOC is actually going to do just that as they continue to try and push, but the zoning tools are real, and Kid not able to assume this bell tower that is held by Balloon Grant of Strength. Meanwhile, the team fight breaking out after this has already been capped, and Unlimited Breadsticks stuck between a rock and a hard place here, as this bell tower, again, it belongs to Balloon Grant of Strength, so they're going to take extra. They're not going to be really protected by it. It's not going to aid in the defense at all, so they end up losing Vala and a Nubarak in the front. They are able to take it back, but at what cost here? 44 seconds before a Nubarak will be back, and all they need is Boss here. 5 members still up for Balloon Grant of Strength, only 4 health left for Unlimited Breadsticks, and this could be it already. With the rotation coming in from both teams, they are definitely not going to be able to give this up for free. Level 20, however, is here for Balloon Grant of Strength, so this is looking to be a pretty tough situation. Dingus going to get poked a little bit. Double Cheese doing a nice job of peeling for him. The slowing stand's going to prevent anybody from going through here, but half health on this right now. We do see Varth is rotating in. This is going to be a fight over this. Double Cheese will go ahead and charge in at the last second, and they are able to zone them off and capture the boss. So for now, this match will continue. Very nice move there by Unlimited Breadsticks. However, again, at what cost? They lose 3 in that exchange, and it's only Lunchbox that's going to be Lunchbox, and then Double Cheese coming back. I believe was a quad kill there. They got the boss, but boy did they ever pay for it, I'll tell you. I'm not even sure how they really got that boss, but not really the point. Really the point is that 2v5, this is not going to work. Mr. Agrito will rotate down, cap that, and ladies and gentlemen, that will be the match. Balloon Grant of Strength flexing their muscles for us, showing us that they've got Towers of Doom down pat. He's going to win this one-game series over Unlimited Breadstick here on Towers of Doom. Very impressive game coming out from the side of Balloon Grant of Strength. You got to give a lot of credit to Unlimited Breadsticks for not being willing to just roll over and give up when things were against the ropes. I mean, even with one member down, they go in, they steal that boss. But too many members lost there, too much given up for it, so they end up falling in the end. And just the team fight potential. You know, they had one good moment, I think, at the beginning of the match where they really went in hard, they charged in, they were able to win the team fight, but just too much, just not enough sustained healing coming from Lucio. He's one of the strongest numbers-based healers in the game, but at the end of the day, his heals don't really come when you need them. You know, the heals just aren't strong enough to be able to keep people alive a lot of the time. You see 27 deaths for the side of Unlimited Breadsticks, and you know, it's really rough because you have any kind of burst damage potential, like with a Chromie, it just goes right through Lucio's slow but steady healing. It's very constant. There's a lot of it, but there's really no burst to it. A sound barrier can help you a little bit, but if you don't win a team fight fast, your team just kind of ends up getting wrecked. And the poke comp that Balloon Grant of Strength had really built here allowed them to be able to slowly but surely work their way through the health bars of Unlimited Breadsticks. Lucio, just that healing's just not enough to keep them up long enough. And then when they would turn and engage, Burt Macklin and GG3 would just come in. See there, I made time for it once. Would just come in and get the CC chains down, lock them down, and finish them off. There was a lot of finishing potential there. So, great game coming out from both of these two teams. Congratulations to Balloon Grant of Strength for picking up the big win. And that's going to be it for me tonight, guys. Very short night tonight. And thank you all for coming out. You can check out the VODs on my YouTube channel anytime that you guys want to. That'll be up forever. Also worth noting that Chair League highlight reel came out last night. Brand new Chair League highlight reel from last week. So you guys can always go to my YouTube channel and check that out as well. And yeah, thank you guys for coming out. I'll see you guys later.